everyone, welcome back for another SAP Sales, Service and Marketing Cloud update. We're in the middle of the summer. In between all the festivals and beach visits, we're here to give you the most important updates of this month's release, 2308. My name is Tin Palkovic. I'm the SAP Sales Cloud Consultant here at Flexo. I'm joined today by my colleague Jef. Jef, how's your summer so far?
It's been great. I did a few festivals. Vacations are still on the way, but first, let's kick off with our CX release. I'll be guiding you through all the marketing cloud innovations and Emarsys today.
Excellent. Let's get started with the SAP Sales Cloud updates. New in the UI framework, SAP GUI is SAP's universal client for accessing functionality in SAP applications, such as Sales Cloud, and it's now supported for Windows 11, meaning you can use the GUI instead of the browser. SAP GUI functions like the browser in the way that it gets information from the SAP servers, like where, when, and how to display contents in the window. So you can skip the browser if you would like to do so. New in the leads section is that you can automatically set an end date for leads based on the status change. Let me show you that quickly in the system. Under the Sales Work Center into leads, I've prepared a lead. It will be this construction project. When we open the lead, we can see that the status is now qualified and the end date is September 7th. And if I now edit it and set the status to, for example, declined, and save, the end date automatically moves to today's date. In opportunities, there's an improved multi-step approval system where you can configure additional work distributions that involve up to 6 extra approver parties, meaning the system is completely flexible to adjust to your company needs regarding the approval process. In tickets, your colleagues will never miss an update anymore, as it's now possible to send workflow notifications when a new internal memo is added to a ticket, and this will keep the necessary people informed. And it will make it easier for you and your company to adhere to your customers' SLA agreements. Still in ticketing, workflow notifications on internal memos are enabled. Meaning you can enable and disable auto ticket creation for specific email channel. This can be done by an administrator. And when a new email channel is created, auto ticket creation is enabled by default, but you can disable this, and this will keep your ticket inbox clean only with the correct tickets that have been entered through the appropriate channels. Navigation and survey report has also been made easier. From within the report, you can now open attachments through the links in the survey instead of having to drill down into the survey itself looking for the attachments. Moving on to the add-on features in Customer Insights, it's possible to enable and disable key metrics based on account attributes, meaning that your administrator can customize customer insights on account header field attributes such as ABC classification, meaning there's more flexibility to tweak it exactly to your employees' needs. In the Guided Selling Work Center, visits are supported as an activity, just as appointments, phone calls, and a few other attributes have already been supported, meaning your users can access and update visits quickly and efficiently from within the work center instead of having to navigate outside of it. And we've reached the last slide. For my part, the Guided Selling extensibility. It's now possible to extend guided selling in both standard and embedded modes, meaning you can tweak the system to your own preferences by hiding and unhiding sections, creating new tabs, and for example, in the guided selling dataset details page, you can add and remove fields, but that was not possible before.
That's a lot. Especially like the part on the Intelligent Sales Cloud. I know a few people who will be happy to add visits to their opportunities.
I know I am.
All right, let's go into the marketing automation features then. As you know, SAP currently has 2 solutions providing marketing automations. We have Emarsys on one side, on the other side we have SAP Marketing Cloud. I'll first start with Emarsys, and I'll focus firstly on the integrations. So Emarsys has worked on integrations with SAP products and non-SAP products. There's a completely new integration with the Intelligent Sales Cloud. So the new version of Sales Cloud soon can be connected to Emarsys completely. They have also improved a few existing integrations, such as the existing one with Sales Cloud. There you can now easily add custom fields to the integration, and that then will be used in Emarsys for campaigns. Customer Data Cloud also already existing, but now you can connect multiple Emarsys tenants into one Customer Data Cloud platform. And lastly, SMS Open APIs are available for everyone to use. So you can use pick any SMS channel you like, plug it in into Emarsys, and start sending out SMS campaigns from the platform. That's not everything. They have also announced that they're working on new integrations that are currently available in beta testing. So if you're interested, don't hesitate to contact us. And those channels are TikTok. Pushing ads to the TikTok network soon will be released for all customers, and an integration with SAP Customer Data Platform. So a lot of work on the integration part, both SAP and non-SAP. That's it for integration. Let's go into the reporting capabilities. Let's assume I'm Yuri, the marketing manager of a company that sells bikes and also sells goods for hikers. And I want to compare which goods are performing better compared to the other ones. If you now simply create a segment for each of those groups, select the segments in a new report, which is called audience reporting. You can compare the revenue over time. So if you have a look at the graph displayed, you can see that the hikers are currently buying more than the bikers. So that's obviously useful insights for Yuri, the marketing manager. Now, let's say you don't want to see it based the revenue based on segments, but rather you want to see which channel is contributing a lot to the revenue. Also good news, because there is a second new report, which is called Attribution Revenue Report. And there you can basically pick whatever channel you have connected to Emarsys, whether it be push notifications, email, CRM ads, it doesn't matter. And there you can see the impact of your running campaigns on the revenue. So a lot of new reports for you to use in Emarsys. That's it for Emarsys. Now let's go to Marketing Cloud. As you know, as you might know from previous releases, in February, the SAP team focused a lot on the marketing events. You can now create marketing events manually. You don't need an integration anymore. And they've continued to work on that flow. So I've displayed the flow for a marketing event, how to organize it. Typically, it starts with a registration form. You send out the invitations via email. People register via the form. You execute your event, you host your event, you fill in the participations, and afterwards you send out a thank you email. Good news is that now with the next release, you can create those forms directly into Marketing Cloud, link them to your existing marketing event, and thereby, let's say, close the loop and cover the whole event marketing track into Marketing Cloud directly. So I'll quickly show you in our system.
I think there'll be a lot of marketers quite happy with that.
That's for sure. So this is Marketing Cloud. Under the Content Studio, if you click on all content and then decide which form you want to create, I've prepared a short form here. As you see, there's already some data there. But what is missing now is my marketing event, and that I can drop by adding an interaction. Then I have to indicate to the system what type of interaction it is. So in this case, it's the registration form. So I select event registered. Next, I have to indicate which event it's for. So here I prepared the event, the CX release of August. And then you can pre-select it and hide it for the user. And that's it. My form is now linked to my event. Maybe one additional feature that I want to highlight are the items of interest. Previously, you could only select one, but with this release, you now can select multiple and assign it to the same objects. So let's say SAX, and I talked about some integrations. So integrations are also relevant, and we save it. And my form now is ready to be filled in by anyone who would like to join.
Easy as that.
Easy as that, indeed. Then all it's left to do is, of course, send my form to my possible registrants, and there also new feature is enabled to boost the registrations. You can now use a send on behalf feature, which basically means that you as a recipient will receive the email from your respective sales rep. So if I'm managed by Lynn, I will receive the email from Lynn. If you are managed by Nils, you will receive the email from Nils. And also here, it's possible to assign multiple items of interest to one single link, which then can be used in reporting. So without further ado, I'll give you a short demo on that as well. So I will leave my form that we just finished creating. I will go back to the Content Studio, all content. This time we don't want to create a form, but we want to create an email. The SAX release invitation. Again, I prepared some content. So here under the more information, I have my link already there from my form. And I can now also assign the same multiple item of interest to that link, which then can be used in reporting. And then the second feature I wanted to highlight was the send on behalf. So here on the right, you can see the sender name. So in our examples, Lynn and Nils, they will be saved as account executives. So I can put their full name as a recipient. Reply to name, I can also say they have to reply to the account executives themselves, and the same for reply to address to the email address of the account executive, and that's it. So going back to my slides, if I summarize the event flow, we can have the form linked to the existing marketing events. I can send out my email with the send on behalf features. I will register in the form that we created, and this will be updated as a participant on my marketing event. So the whole flow in Marketing Cloud, starting from this release. That brings us to the end of today. I hope you have a nice summer. Enjoy what is left of it, and we will see you in 3 months with the next release.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.